Hey, it's Kimike. The latest episode of Vikings, episode 12, was absolutely incredible. We got so much more from Ragnar, his sons, their journeys, Bjorn heading out, this tense relationship between Ragnar and Bjorn because of the possible fame and this new venture he's going on. And that really makes the line that Loki said when he first met Bjorn as a child ring true.
You have your father's eyes, unfortunately.
Why unfortunately?
It means he will be like you, and therefore he will want to do better than you. And you will hate him for it.
But enough about that, we're going to be doing the Season 4, Episode 13 preview breakdown for Vikings. Let's go.
We find Ragnar Lothbrok!
Ragnar has returned.
I'll be looking for us.
You have to act like a cripple, and then they won't feel threatened by you.
Archer!
Okay, so the first shot we get from this is King Earl's son holding up a piece of wreckage or material from the boat after it crashed into England because of the storm. This is a throwback to when they first arrived in Wessex because they were pushed there from the storm, which is pretty cool. Now, from my understanding, it seems like he is calling out people because they have seen the wreckage, there's been sightings of them, and they're trying to find him and stop him before he can do anything. They don't know how many there is of them, but personally, I think he lost all his crew. Maybe they'll meet up with that one guy that took their chest later on, but mainly I think it will just be Ragnar and Ivar that lands together. So it's pretty clear that this is quite disturbing news for King Earl himself. He's probably gaining a lot more power and influence and doesn't really want Ragnar messing that all up. Plus that huge killing of his settlement. He thought he'd got rid of him forever, but no, he's back. And he feels like he's going to bring some large revenge, even though he's probably going to be only two of them. So it seems here that Ragnar's giving himself up on purpose and making sure that Ivan acts like a cripple so they don't feel threatened and they allow him in, and they can use that to break Ragnar out of his prison cell if they kept him, and they can get away, kill some people, do whatever they need to do. This, of course, will be the very first challenge where we get to see Ivar really fuck people up and his real capabilities to be able to do some really awesome shit.
I want to go here.
I need safe passage from my fleet.
Only if you allow me to come with you.
I cannot deny that part of myself which is still Viking.
Okay, so we see that Bjorn has gone to Rollor, like we saw in the trailers, like he talked about last episode, and he's going to ask him for permission to go through, and Rollor's like, no. Only if you take me with you. Now, I'm sure that they're not going to be happy about this at first, but he'll get over it because they always had a lot better relationship than Rollor and his father had. It is going to be a hard sale to his wife and his Frankish kingdom to give that up to go raiding with some Vikings they let through his lands, even though there was a explicit purpose to stop them from getting into his lands. I don't think this will spend too much time really focusing on this dilemma. It will be mainly the adventures in the Mediterranean Sea that spark his true journey, and Bjorn will really have his fame come to him. One interesting thing it will be Loki, of course. Now, Loki is strongly, firmly placed in his belief of the Norse gods and that stuff, so he's not going to like this new Christian Western path that Rollor's taken, especially as he portrayed Ragnar, someone who he deeply loves and admires, and they fought against each other, so that's going to be way harder of a patch to seal than Bjorn himself. It would be interesting to see how that progresses as they do journeys into the Mediterranean, whether Loki tries to kill him or betray him or whatever in their journeys and raids for what he's done. I guess we have to see that as the season rolls around.
These are right people. I'm taking kattegat back, as long as I'm fit to be queen. What about Ragnar's sons?
Okay, straight away I have to point out that they've done that flashy fire thing again. So there's definitely going to be some big explosions or fire or something connected there at Kattegat around this conflict between Asla and Lagertha. We can see this coming from the tension and build-up that we had from last episode, plus the preparation she was doing in the very first episode, so I've been seeing this coming for quite some time, but it'll be really interesting to see how this pans out, what happens with Ragnar's sons, and maybe there'll be some characters dying off that we've only just been introduced to. That's just a feeling I have. So from the actual footage, we can see that Lagertha has arrived, she's brought her forces, she took them completely unawares, they don't have any preparations already, the people just kind of lounging around the place with their animals and stuff. She charges in, takes out anyone who fights back. We have this shot of Asla, she's like doing some ceremonial type thing, which is bringing a sword forward. It could be to one of her sons. And then of course we have this shot of this guy who's an archer shooting at someone as they say, what about Ragnar's son? So it implies that his son got shot with an arrow. But here we have the person who was shot by the arrow. And I'm just looking at it, and it has the blonde hair. So it technically could be Sigga. He does have these braids at the back of his head, but there's two of them that go down the side of his face and not all tied up in the back. and I have a feeling that it could be a shield maiden or a woman, random person in the fight, and they made it try to look like him, but I can't be for sure, so he could be shot in this fight. This will be very interesting to see who becomes the queen here, whether Asla survives or she gets away or whatever, and it's going to be an interesting event. This will be the first time we actually see Lagertha really doing strong things by herself without any kind of man behind it or supporting her. This is something that the actress herself really wanted, and the show has really put in to embrace the character a lot more, so that'd be cool to see for the rest of the season and hopefully the rest of the series. So I'll be looking forward to so much more of that, and a whole bunch more that's going to be coming from this episode with Bjorn, Ragnar, Ivar, and this awesome fighting over Kattegat. Thanks so much for watching this video, it was incredible. I want you guys to comment below all the stuff I missed in this preview breakdown. I know there's a lot of it, it'll be really interesting to cover all that and see where that leads. Also, as this Vikings content isn't really my normal Game of Thrones stuff, I'm not sure if my main audience doesn't like this or not, so if you guys could hit that like button if you really enjoyed this and you want more Vikings content, then I can see what you really want from this channel and what you don't. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time.